Hi, welcome to Mike's Diabetes World. Get my readers off. Yes, I'm at that magical age where I need cheaters. So, now, happy Groundhog's Day. You know, I have learned many, do you want to call them conspiracy theories, over my years as being a diabetic. And a lot of them are sort of passed from one diabetic to another. And I've mentioned that the case where I was first put on a pump, and I heard stories of this other diabetic who would inject insulin into her vein to bring down her blood sugar. And I'm thinking, why the hell would you do? First of all, you must have gone through a number of times where that didn't work. But you know, little tidbits that you kind of pick up. And are they all great? And years later, when I brought this up to one of my doctors, endocrinologists, he could believe what he was hearing. And you know what? But when I was diagnosed, it was coming up to Thanksgiving weekend. And you know what? It was, this person just said, well, you know, diabetes, you're gonna only get diabetes when there's a stress of a holiday coming up. And you know, I'm thinking, okay, well, there's New Year's, there's Veterans Day, I guess, or President's Day down in the States. There's Victorian. You know, throughout the year there are many special days. And just to say that, oh, you got diagnosed on a holiday because it was the stress of the holiday. And it was sort of like, well, you need to relax when it's coming up to a holiday. So basically you're saying that you can't go on with your life. I remember in one of my early sort of group chats that I had brought this up, that someone had said that, and she said, oh gee, you mean I got diabetes because I was just so excited about Valentine's Day? I guess she was diagnosed around Valentine's Day. If it wasn't going to be for me Thanksgiving, well, it probably would have been Remembrance Day. And this person had it all tied in. I think this is coincidence. You know, you have done nothing to become a type 1 diabetic. Type 2 diabetics, it could be a sedentary lifestyle. You know, it could be overeating. You know, you a lot of times have contributed. And you may not even know you're contributing. My aunt has type 2 diabetes. And yet, she's not overweight at all. And, I doubt that's... Everybody wants to make sure that we know where the blame comes from. Why should there be blame? We've got an illness. I think so often, and this is a lot more, kind of is both types of diabetes, is that it's something you've done. You planned this all. You just wanted the attention. That's why you're diabetic. You were too excited about a holiday. All of these things are, thinking that, oh well, we controlled. Like, we would really control taking needles, doing blood tests. Yes, we do this all for attention. Come on, really? There are so many theories out there. There's one lady, and I don't even know her name, and I don't want you to even go look at her, because she's saying things that are totally ridiculous. That, oh well, I've cut my carbs down to basically nothing. I'll be back. Battery's low, so I have to change the battery. I'll be right back. Talk to you in a moment. There we go, we're back. Now, I was talking about conspiracy theories and diabetes. Things are so... They just started someone's mind. And I know for a fact that this lady who claims to be a type 1 diabetic isn't a type 1 diabetic. She may be a type 2, and walking and eating right, could have made her cure diabetes and get her insulin down to nothing. But what damage is that going to do for type 1s? When I take a look at any site, I don't care if it's put out, there's a good site put out by, what is it called? The University of Michigan on diabetes. Great. There is this lady who is giving a whole bunch of garbage. And we are lucky that we can open up our viewpoints to a whole bunch of these sites where we can learn so much. And we need to stop for a moment and say, you know what? That really doesn't make sense. Take all the information you have and, get a question sheet for your doctor and make sure they know that, okay, Yes, I have an appointment with you, but I also have these questions I want answered, so that they can, really give you the time you need. And what I'm basically saying is, don't take everything you hear out there as being 100% truthful. Do your own research. Now, I can remember grade 10 going into boarding school, and I had heard stuff about multiple shots throughout the day, and I was thinking, yeah, right, how can anyone really live like this? Well, you know what? It was true. So, don't kind of put everything down as second guess. But again, don't just believe everything you hear. Investigate. Because no one got diabetes or type 1 diabetes because the stress of the holidays. Really? Anyway, have a great day, and hope it's not 6 more weeks of winter. Bye now.